Eddie Hearn's been interviewed a ton throughout the past couple of weeks. Today or yesterday was another media session, and here's what Eddie Hearn says. I do not know if it was planned or expected for him to say these words, but in the midst of this interview, he comes out and says this: that Jake Paul is already planned to fight Gervonta Davis after the Lamont Roach rematch. Hold up. We heard the rumors right after the fight that Jake Paul and Tank Davis were supposed to get announced. And I ripped that. I think it is a disgrace to boxing for that fight to happen. But we're still considering it? Listen, what I heard after the fact was that for Tank Davis, that he all of a sudden had this energy back about him. That all of a sudden Tank Davis lost or had that, the draw against Lamont Roach, and he felt motivated again. He wanted to get back to work. All that retirement stuff went out the window, and he was ready to go fight. Get that rematch, get his get back against Lamont Roach, and move forward with his career. But he's still considering, if not already, supposedly, according to Eddie Hearn, planning to fight Jake Paul. I mean, my goodness. Why? There is a massive fight to make at 135 with Shakur Stevenson. You could make a very, very, very big fight with Keyshawn Davis, especially if he has another KO win over Edwin De Los Santos. And yet we're fighting Jake Paul? Now, I hope that this is not true. I hope this is not accurate. And I hope that Tank takes care of business, gets his get back against Lamont Roach, or has a good performance there, and gets going with this 135 division and makes some actual movements to actually impact his legacy. Because if we're looking at Tank Davis' resume, prior to the Lamont Roach one, I already said this is a very, very bleak resume. This is not an impressive resume, to say the least. And now you add a draw to Lamont Roach in there, not very good. And now you're saying that you could possibly go add Jake Paul to your resume? I mean, please. Can we make sure this does not happen? I mean, for Tank Davis, you got to make sure that you go after it, unless you want to step away from boxing. If this is not what you care about, I respect that. Then go move on alongside and you do what you need to do. But if you are going to proclaim that you are still all in on boxing, that you are a pound for pound great, that you are one of the top boxers of this era, this generation, then you need to start building up that resume. It's plain and simple. And Lamont Roach just gave you a draw. You have a rematch, hopefully, is going to happen. It was supposed to happen in June. Now, supposedly, it's getting pushed back to July. Here we go all over again with what happened last time when it was supposed to happen and it got pushed back 2 or 3 times. And now we're considering that Jake Paul is on the table. Tank Davis has the potential to be special. He is a special fighter. Let me correct that. He is a very special fighter. But if you don't want to put yourself in positions to go and have victories, to go and get wins and build up a resume, how can I say that? That's based on potential. That's similar to me if I'm going to put myself in a basketball mindset or a football or soccer mindset, whatever you want to call it. It's as if you're saying, hey, look at this great prospect. He has all the skill set for a basketball player. He's got great long arms. He's super tall. He's athletic. He's explosive. You take all these great attributes of a guy. You see he has the talent, but you can't go call him an all-time great yet. He's got to go put the accolades, got to go put the resume together. For Tank Davis, he does not have that resume yet. But he could. But for some reason, he decides not to do so. If I were Tank Davis, the only fight I really want right now is Shakur Stevenson. Because for both guys, I've said this time and time again, if you're Shakur Stevenson, you have so much confidence in your defense and your ability as a fighter that you don't think that Tank Davis can mess with you. And you think that you can be the guy at 135. You think you are that guy at 135. And you believe that you can become a multi-time champion. Let's look at the other side of this story. If you're Tank Davis, you believe with all your heart that you have the ability and the power to defeat the likes of a Shakur Stevenson with ease. And if you want that, you want everyone to shut their mouths and you want to teach them that, hey, I'm that guy at 135. I am the guy of this generation. Nobody's on my level. So go do it. It's that simple. There's going to be fight and money involved. There's going to be a lot of money made in that fight. Stop waiting for something else to be bigger. That's the fight to make, especially if you get past Lamont Roach. But that's obviously what he has to handle business coming up in June or July if that fight even happens. Tank Davis needs to stop even talking about Jake Paul. If this is even rumored as a disgrace to boxing, I hope it is not. Time will tell, though. But that is what Eddie Hearn said, so I have to talk about that segment right there.